So, you're trying to tackle that stubborn belly fat, right? Trust me, you are so not alone. But what if I told you the answer isn't some crazy crash diet? What if it's a smart, sustainable Indian eating plan? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. A science-backed plan that actually works for real life. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's be real. It's gotta be one of the biggest frustrations out there, right? You're eating well, you're trying to exercise, but that belly fat, it just seems to stick around. So what gives? What if the problem isn't about how much willpower you have, but about the plan you're following? That's the big question we're gonna tackle. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll get a handle on the belly fat challenge itself. Then, we're gonna get into the 7 golden rules. These are the heart of the whole thing. After that, I'll walk you through what a day on this plan actually looks like. We'll also touch on some super important lifestyle stuff and then wrap it all up with how to make this last for the long haul. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the belly fat challenge. Before we can get to the food, we've got to understand why this whole approach works so well in the first place. See, the whole point here is that this isn't just a list of foods to eat. Think of it more like the operating manual for your body. The entire plan is built on solid science, designed to get your metabolism into a state where it wants to burn fat. And the best part? No starving, no misery. It's about working with your body, not against it. Okay, now we're getting to the real engine of this entire plan. I'm talking about the 7 golden rules. Seriously, these are the pillars that hold everything up. If you can nail these, you are well on your way. Just 7. Simple, but super powerful. Let's break them down. All right, rule number 1. This is the big one, the absolute foundation. You've got to be in a calorie deficit. It's just basic physics, right? You need to burn a little more energy than you take in. We're not talking about anything crazy here, just a small deficit of around 500 calories a day. That's kind of the sweet spot for losing about half a kilo a week in a way that's sustainable and doesn't freak your body out. So if the calorie deficit is the star player, think of these next 6 rules as its all-star support team. They make the whole process so much easier and way more effective. For instance, getting enough protein helps keep your muscle and fires up your metabolism. Cutting back on refined carbs and sugar? Say goodbye to those afternoon energy crashes. Healthy fats? Totally crucial for your hormones. And fiber? Oh, that's your secret weapon for feeling full and satisfied. And you absolutely cannot forget hydration, sleep, and stress. Those aren't optional extras. They directly control hormones like cortisol, which tells your body to store fat. Okay, so we've covered the why behind the plan. Now let's get into the really practical stuff, the how. I'm going to walk you through what a typical day actually looks like, step by step, meal by meal. So, you see the schedule here? Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. We're eating 5 times a day. And this isn't about being hungry all the time. Quite the opposite. It's a strategy. Eating smaller, consistent meals keeps your metabolism humming along. And most importantly, it stops you from getting so ravenously hungry that you reach for the first bad thing you see. The day kicks off with a really simple but powerful little ritual. First thing in the morning, before anything else, a glass of warm water with lemon or even some Jira water. It's a great way to gently wake up your digestive system. And if you want a little extra boost, throw in a few soaked almonds and walnuts. That'll give you a nice early hit of healthy fats and protein. Then comes breakfast, sometime between 8 and 9 a.m. The key here is balance. You've got great options like oats porridge, boiled eggs with some whole grain toast, or even a nice vegetable poha or upma. Whichever you pick, you're getting this fantastic mix of protein, slow-burning carbs, and fiber. This is more than just food, it's the fuel that's going to keep you feeling full and sharp right through the morning. All right, around 11 a.m., it's time for our first strategic snack. The whole point of this is to head off that dreaded pre-lunch energy slump. A simple piece of fruit, like an apple or a guava, gives you some fiber. And pairing it with some green tea or black coffee, with no sugar of course, gives you a nice little metabolic nudge without any of the sugar crash later. And here we have it, the perfect balanced lunch plate. Seriously, look at this. You're ticking all the boxes. You start with a salad for fiber. Then you've got your complex carbs, like a bit of brown rice or a couple of multigrain rotis, for steady energy. You've got your lean protein, whether it's dal, chicken, or fish, to keep you full, plus a good serving of cooked veggies. And a little low-fat curd on the side is great for digestion. This isn't just a random meal, it's literally a formula for all-day energy. Okay, as we head into the evening, the game changes a bit. We start to lighten things up. That afternoon snack around 4 or 5 p.m. could be something simple like a handful of roasted chana. Then for dinner, we're thinking light. A great tip is to start with a soup to help you feel full, then follow it up with some lean protein and plenty of veggies. You'll notice the carbs are kept pretty minimal at this meal. And here's the golden rule. Try to finish dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. It just gives your body time to digest properly. So, we've totally nailed the nutrition part. But honestly, that's only half the story. To really see results, we have to look beyond your plate. These are the lifestyle habits that can literally make or break your success. You've probably heard this before, but you really can't out-exercise a bad diet. But you can absolutely supercharge a good one with the right kind of movement. A bit of daily cardio, like a brisk walk or jog, is fantastic. But here's the real game changer: strength training. When you build muscle, you're literally turning your body into a fat-burning furnace that works 24/7. It boosts your metabolism like nothing else. And of course, it should go without saying, but things like sugary drinks and alcohol, they're basically a direct deposit of calories right where you don't want them. Just steer clear. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most crucial section: playing the long game. Because let's be honest, anyone can follow a diet for a week. The real question is, how do you make this stick? How do you turn it into a lifestyle? First, let's talk about the cheat rule, because nobody's perfect, and trying to be is a recipe for disaster. Now, there's a huge difference between a cheat meal and a cheat day. A planned cheat meal once a week? That's smart. It's a great psychological release, it handles cravings, and it keeps you sane for the long run. But a cheat day? That's a progress killer. A whole day of eating whatever can completely undo a week of hard work and just throws your good habits out the window. The difference between the two is everything. So, how are you supposed to track your progress? Here's my number one tip. Become friends with the measuring tape and break up with the bathroom scale. Seriously, the scale is a terrible friend. It goes up and down with water weight, hormones. It doesn't tell the whole story, and it can be so discouraging. The measuring tape, on the other hand, tells you the truth. It shows you where you're actually losing fat, and that's the progress that really, truly matters. And to make things super easy for you, here's a quick cheat sheet. Just think of this as your go-to guide when you're at the grocery store or planning your meals. If you're ever in doubt about what to eat, just pick from these lists. It's a simple way to make sure you're getting all the good stuff: the protein, the healthy carbs, the right fats, and all that important fiber. So there you have it. You've got the complete blueprint now. You understand the science, you have the daily meal plan, you know the lifestyle hacks. The only piece of the puzzle that's missing is you taking action. So I'll leave you with this one question. What is the one small, simple change you're going to make starting tomorrow?